One time on takeoff roll, the runway at Guam was shaped, had a dip in it, and in order, the runway at Guam has a dip in it, and what B-52 through the G models for takeoff had to inject water into the jets for thrust augmentation. We get about 30% extra thrust by spraying water into the turbines because the steam would push us along. And we would have, and it was enough water to last about 100 seconds. But we would reach our committal speed to be committed to the takeoff, which basically meant that we no longer had enough runway out here to stop the airplane on the ground. And there was one mission where we reached committal speed right at the bottom of the hill. You start up and you stop accelerating, but about 2 seconds after, at that point, we lost water on all 8 engines. And so now we didn't have enough power to take off, and we didn't have enough runway to stop. So the pucker factor on that one went way up, and the pilots cautioned us of what was going on. Now, with a downward ejection seat, the bombardier and I were in grave danger. Everybody else had upward ejection seats and could have ejected at 120 knots of ground speed and on the ground, and supposedly survived it. We required about 1,000 feet of altitude. We had 600 feet waiting for us as soon as we broke ground. So we used up, the runway was 13,000 feet long. We were on the ground 12,500 feet when the pilots pulled it off the ground slightly below takeoff speed and leapt over the runway lights and started a descent below the cliff to pick up some airspeed so we could climb on out. That was nerve-wracking. And what had happened was that the ground maintenance team had been working on the engines on that airplane and had tested the water and had not put a red X beside that to notify the crew chief that he needed to refill the water tanks. And so we almost got killed for that sort of stuff.